Hello, my listeners. Today's topic will be the soft skills of reading. The first soft skill of reading is extracting the main ideas, which is also known as skimming. This means getting a quick general idea of a large piece of reading material. Skimming is a fast reading strategy. It is a tool that can be used to read more in less time. The goal of skimming is not predetermined. If you are reading the newspaper without keeping in mind any specific information to look for, it means you are skimming the newspaper. While skimming, the reader do not go through each and every line. So how do you skim a text? To begin with, pay particular attention to the titles and subtitles of a topic and then read the first paragraph carefully. Next, try to read the first and the last sentences of other paragraphs. Read at a faster speed to get an idea about the author's style, tone, and mood. If there are any pictures, charts, or graphs, focus on those. Finally, read through the text quickly to pick the key words, phrases, or sentences. Another fast reading strategy is reading for specific information or scanning. Here, the reader already has in mind whichever information to scan or search for. The materials for scanning are often arranged alphabetically, chronologically, textually, or by category, so it becomes easier for the reader to scan for the information that he or she requires. For example, one can scan continuous text such as newspapers, articles, letters, or stories. A continuous text relies on a textual presentation of information. Sentences are compiled into paragraphs and then sections or chapters. Non-continuous text such as recipes, forms, or bills also can be scanned. A non-continuous text presents information without continuous organization. Focusing on bold fonts, lettering, numbering, colors, or signal words also help the reader to scan faster and better. Scanning can be done in the following ways. Decide beforehand whatever information or answers you want to get from the given text. Anticipate how the information you are seeking might be stated in the text. If you are looking for the name of a person or place or titles, capital letters will provide a visual clue. You need to grab sufficient time and read as much as you need to find the answers of your questions. The third reading strategy is inferring. To infer means to deduce meaning from the evidence that is provided in the text while accessing our prior knowledge. Inferring helps the reader to understand information that is not always stated or that is not always completely described in the text. In order to understand the information that are not explicitly stated by the writer, we need to look for the hints that are already provided by the writer to help the reader understand a topic, a setting, a character, or an event. The next sub-skill of reading is dealing with unfamiliar words. It is improbable that the reader will know every word in a text. In fact, a familiar word that is put in a different context may sometimes look confusing for readers to understand its meaning. In such instances, how is the reader supposed to deal with the meaning of unfamiliar words in context, or even familiar words in new context? The first step is to ignore. The reader can ignore the unfamiliar words by skimming and scanning if the unfamiliar words do not affect reading. The reader can recall the word meaning by pronunciation. The reader can sound out the unfamiliar words aloud and try to attach its meaning. The reader may also guess the meaning of the unfamiliar words by making use of context clues. We shall see the 6 types of context clues with some examples. An unfamiliar word is assumed its meaning through a definition or restatement. Look at the given example. A lethargic man is not an appreciated man, and so a lazy man. If the word lethargic looks unfamiliar to the reader, it is restated in the next line as lazy. In this way, restating the unfamiliar word provides a hint for the reader to guess its meaning. In the same way, synonyms are used as context clues. As I have explained, the word lazy, used as the synonym of lethargic, helps the reader to understand its meaning. The next one is comparison. Here, an unknown word is compared to a more familiar word so that the reader can guess the meaning of the unknown word. Then, the meaning of an unfamiliar word is highlighted through examples. Cause and effect. The cause of an action may be started using unfamiliar word. However, if the effect is started in familiar words, the reader can infer its meaning. In the given sentence, "She is a pious woman. I believe she will go to heaven," we find that one part of the sentence is a cause and the other part is an effect of the cause. Cause and effect clues help the readers to figure out the meaning of difficult words. Contrast clues are words or phrases that has the opposite meaning of the unfamiliar words. We can simply say that a contrast clue is an antonym of an unfamiliar word. Evaluation is an essential subskill of reading. A reader can evaluate a text in the following ways. Firstly, read the text once without interruption. After that, summarize the text. Record all the good features of the text. Continue by listing the not so good features of the text. Compare and contrast the given text to other texts that have similar characteristics. See if it suggests resemblances, similarities, or differences. When all the above steps are carried out, the reader finally presents an overall interpretation of the text. Reader gets to discuss, comment, or even write in detail about the text in comparison with the other existing text.